All right, let's dive into it, shall we? So this is Bant Vannifar. I think this is card for card what we played last time. This is our second time playing an iteration with 3 cliques in the main. The slew of Vendilion cliques is kind of my hopefully answer to how do we make like the blue-white control and Jeskai and green-black matchup better. So hopefully we'll be able to play some of those matchups here today. So far, this deck's been really good in the matchups where you're trying to race people, because with Prime Speaker, Vannifar, and a 1-drop, it combo kills, but the fair matchups where they're being heavily interactive have been a little bit of a struggle, so I'm hoping Clique helps with that. Born and Shiny. Any new cards got your creative juices flowing? Yeah, I actually, so I'm not doing articles every week, but I actually did have an article post last week where I broke down a bunch of the stuff that have been spoiled so far that caught my eye. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one of those as we get a full spoiler, but I'll probably do a couple of decklist articles, like rough drafts of things that I'm interested in building and playing with. Morning, Nat. It's so weird that the hand is, like, dimmed out now while we're mulliganing. This hand is very good, though. 2 lands, a couple of mana dorks of Vannifar. Big Jeffrey Jones checking in for the second month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantabulous start to your week. Happy Monday, everybody. Last week before war spoilers start. Who's excited? Or before war releases. We're deep into spoiler season. Before we get war next week. He's grown an enormous beard to survive the harsh Chicago winter. Yeah, I think it's about time to trim the beard. We're supposed to have more 70-degree days this week. And, yeah. I didn't review. No, I actually just haven't been working on the weekends, which has been nice. Willem, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Beza bucks back this way again. And Mr. Maple Syrup, thanks for the 10. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take a look at deck submissions this evening. Thank you for the very generous tier 2 resub, Rich. I appreciate that. I appreciate the half a year. Party bus. Finally have boots now. I can drive the bus not barefooted. Thanks for the 3 months, party bus driver. And thank you for the very generous tier 3 re-up. For my tier 3s and people in general that like to do build-around submissions, just as a general reminder, the build-around submissions are open for War of the Spark. So if you want to submit a deck to be built around those cards, you can do so now. I won't be accepting specific deck lists, so if you want to submit your own deck, I won't be accepting those for War of the Spark cards until we have a full spoiler. But build-around submissions are fine for the time being. Turkey! Thank you for the 11 months. Submit my build-around momentarily. Fantastic. Again, tier 3 subs can submit a standard build-around for their deck for the month. We are just starting this league. So this is match 1, game 1. Had a late start this morning. Alright, so they're playing Death Shadow, which means, like, giving them this little love tap here is, like, not free. It, like, makes their Death Shadow bigger, potentially, but I do think I need to try and kill them. Hey, Evan, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. The lighting in here is a little bit bad. The front of the beard, the dye is, like, finally... The dye that they used on my beard lasted a lot longer than the dye they used on my hair, but, like, the dye in place is finally starting to, like, turn to blonde, which is awkward, so I think I'm going to trim the beard soon. Steric, no better time to resub than Kiki card. Isn't that the truth? Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Wonder if we have a Fatal Push here. They thought Seize Me, yeah. They thought Seize Me and left the Vannifar while taking the Restoration Angel, so it makes me think that they had the Fatal Push. Yeah, I definitely, like, January, February were super crazy for a variety of reasons. I think I averaged over 50 hours a week for those weeks. Hey, Camboni, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Yeah, the fact that they don't have a threat, like, these Exalted triggers just have them dead in 2 more, right? Like Noble Hierarch showing us why it's an $80 mana dork. And this is the part where they kill me with Team or Battle Rage next turn, right? That's how this works. Lilla Bad, thanks for the 14 months. And the Pizza League's checking in for 13. Welcome back, folks. This is the Reading Village Bellringer pause. Now, it's unfortunate that because our deck doesn't make black mana, or sorry, red mana, excuse me, we can't actually cast Kiki-Jiki. Did you Snapcaster? Yep. Snapcaster probably locks this up for them. I suppose I have jumps for a little bit in the event that they don't have a Teamer Battle Rage, but as someone who's, like, played this matchup before, they always have the Teamer Battle Rage. Can I get one of the timeouts? Definitely, Rich. We got you. We live to please. I'm just gonna take this hit because I can't beat a Teamer Battle Rage anyways, so if they have it this turn, they have it this turn. I wonder if I should have attacked with this last turn as opposed to the bird. I guess I couldn't attack with it because this was untapped. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, Admiral. As someone who plays Magic, opponent always has it, right? Just incredibly unlucky. Gosh, confirmed unluckiest. If I block with this, I still have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I can still... I just want to make sure I can still Chord for Kiki-Jiki with this block. This is worth 2 for Chord of Calling. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have three Chord of Callings in our deck that fetch Kiki-Jiki for a lethal combo. Sandals, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Renegade Rallier, huh? I suppose, I think I attack with this Village Bellringer here, which is going to give them pause. Because they can eat this for free, obviously, right? But this enables Revolt on my Renegade Rallier, which lets me whip Birds of Paradise into play. Oh, it doesn't even eat it. I'm so dumb. All right, I don't think it really matters. They have to leave something. They have to leave a blocker back, or Renegade Rallier's lethal next turn with the Exalted trigger. So, but Assault Simir yesterday, where my opponent drew all 4 of the creases in top 20 and salted me off the face of the planet. Yep, Magic's a game sometimes. So, this block decision here is worth discussing. Obviously, like, so like. If I take this block here, this can no longer attack into Gurmag Angler. But if I take this block here, I can no longer Chord for Kiki-Jiki with the resources that I have in play. I feel like I'm supposed to leave myself the option to Chord for Kiki-Jiki. I mean, like, so, like, sure, you could say Chord's likely no good, but if Chord's no good, how do I win this game, Corrosion? So, like, it's a play to win versus a play to not lose line. So, like, obviously, if, like, your opponent has everything, like, if we're gonna assume my opponent has everything and I can't win, I should just concede. Like, they obviously have Team or Battle Rage and I just die. But, like, you shouldn't sit there and talk about things you just, like, have no possibility of beating, as opposed to, like, playing to your outs and hoping things line up well. What's the math to do? Attacking with Exalted creatures over the next 3 turns. I mean, that doesn't really work either, right? Because, like, I attack with this, these trade, and then, like, they just leave this back, and we just, like, sit there and stare at each other. These draws still leave us Vannifar. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like we're just dying slowly regardless of what we do. No Lava, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yep. This is my bed. I would like to lie down in it. It's fine. They probably have removal spells and stuff, and it doesn't matter anyways. Morning, Kurt. I'll draw 3 Birds of Paradise in a row. I mean, we do have Vizier in our deck. And, like, Vendilion Clique lets us turn Kiki into another card. Vendilion Clique or Restoration Angel here would have both been absurd draws, right? Because they would have allowed us to kill them the following turn. Those are probably more realistic outs they could be playing too than Chord of Calling. So, like, take our chump blocks and, like, wait. Oh, the waiting. Oh, Magic Online. Or if they have, like, a Lightning Bolt here or something. Nope. Pretty sure I want to block here. All right. Go. I mean, their hand could just be like lands and stubborn denials, right? They could also have discard spells. Vannifar doesn't actually accomplish anything at the moment, right? Based on how I've had to block. Smug Face, thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. It's like, what does Vannifar even do at this point, right? Is the question. Now I have Rallier's dead. Rallier's dead. She attacks. She does technically attack. Any of the stock good decks, Jack. I think I just go get... I'm pretty sure they don't have a removal spell. Because I think if they had Fatal Push... I think if they had Fatal Push here, they would have... If they had Fatal Push, they would have killed the Prime Speaker, right? Yeah, I have Deputy in my deck, so I could, like, go Scryb Ranger into Deputy. Scavenging Ooze is an interesting idea, too, though, because Scavenging Ooze, like, gives me some longevity. It gets me out of range from having to chump block with his Death Shadow, and it kills them on the backswing. Well, no, but, like, if they had Fatal Push, they'd have just Fatal Pushed the Noble Hierarch, so the Pod Mom didn't do anything, right? So I think, like, reading no Fatal Push is appropriate. Like, obviously they could have it and just, like, not have been thinking about killing the Enabler. I think Scavenging Ooze is the conservative play here. It's also, like, cuts off their Snapcaster Mages from being cards, which is nice. I'm like obviously not in a position to ever beat a Teamer Battle Rage, but it is what it is. Put a card on bottom. Seems good for the home team. Fanichi, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This attack is not good for us. I'm not blocking here. I'm just gonna go ahead and be dead to bolts and stuff like that. Oh, they have a fetch. So if they fetch, they go to 1, and then they kill me, right? Because I'm at exactly 12. So the fetch puts me dead on board. All right, that's awkward. So I have to block. I can't gain one more. Well, that sucks. And they had Teamer Battle Rage too, so it didn't matter. I like the part where they know the only card in my hand. They're like sitting there making me tank and waste time instead of just like casting the Teamer Battle Rage. Just classic Moto things. It's like, what if we wasted a bunch of time? I think I'm in for Eidolon in this matchup. They have a lot of cantrips and stuff, so Eidolon makes their sequencing awkward. I think I like taking out the second Kiki-Jiki. I don't think this is a Glen Elendra matchup. Eldritch Evolution tends to be really bad against both counterspells and the attrition-based decks. It requires us to invest 2 resources into a thing. I think this is fine. I don't hate necessarily trimming some Wall of Roots, but the flip side, they also kind of hammer our mana creatures, so I think that's probably fine to stay. I'm gonna give this a go. The Blur, checking in for the 15th month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Your form forces a link. Should I include the deck's core in the list? Yeah, whatever you want to do, Turkey Thought. I'm pretty sure the link is optional, or you can just like write in there build around or something like that. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. It seems like not amazing, but it's fine. And again, just like your hand doesn't get better by mulliganing against the deck full of discard spells. So, like, while a hand like this, like, is not great against Thoughtseize, my hand doesn't get better against Thoughtseize by mulliganing. Rather just, like, keep a hand that, like, has mana and just, like, hope to draw some spells. Alright, just Inquisition, so we don't lose our guaranteed piece of action. Ooh, Vendilion Clique is good. I'm actually going to draw step the Clique just in case they have 1 copy of Thoughtseize. Let's take a peekaboo here, what we have going on. Thoughtseize, Stubborn Denial, Thought Scour, Snapcaster. Alright, let's bottom that one. Their hand is very good. Modern really sucks sometimes. Like, the combo decks are super linear, and the fair decks just, like, take all of your decisions away. Thoughtseize and Inquisition are just miserable cards to play against. From a game design perspective, they're very bad. Jimmy, the kudos. Thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. And now, I'm sure their next draw was a way to kill this. Yeah, sure. Sure. Vannifar. Chord of Calling. Is that almost Vannifar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So their hand right now is Tasigur, Snapcaster, Stubborn Denial. I'm pretty sure a land. Dibbles, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. So what do I know they have this fat stubby D, so if I want to get a thing, I need to do it now. Huh. So there's 2 creatures in my bin, which means the Scavenging Ooze is too small to attack through. Well, they have a Snapcaster in their hand and they have a Thoughtseize in their yard. So if I end this turn with a card in my hand, I no longer have a card in my hand because that's how Modern works. Rallier Get Dark doesn't accomplish anything. I'm pretty sure it's Vendilion Clique, and then like hope to attack them twice in the air and kill them. Pretty sure that's the line. All right, in a move that surprises no one, Wall of Roots is still broken on Magic Online. Maybe 3 years from now they'll finally fix it. Oh, I should have gotten another blue source there in case I drew a click down the line. I guess there's only 1 left in my deck after this, so it's not a huge deal, but should have fetched another blue source there for sure. Abrade, Snapcaster, Tasigur. Alright, so I'm taking the Abrade and hoping that they don't find a removal spell and Click kills them in 2 because they're at 6 here. And, like, obviously that's a tall order, but, like, you know, a lot of their removal is, like, Fatal Push here, but they also just drew a Fetch Land, so I'm sure their 2 draws were just, like, Fetch Land, Fatal Push, and we just can't win. Why does it look like V-Click has the legendary card frame? Because it does, because it's legendary. Alright, I mean, that's a fish. That means my opponent's hand right now is Snapcaster, Tasigur, Stubborn Denial. And I believe the Restoration Angel actually locks this up. Because they're playing to the out of Snap Anger to clear my Click. And if they hit that, Resto kills them, right? I'm like, you know, I was talking about how these interactive matchups are hard for this deck. And Click is one of the things that I was hoping that could help swing it. And it's doing a good example of, like, showing how it can swing it here. And again, we mentioned earlier, right, like, we just had to have the rips come off the top of our deck, and so far, the hits are coming, so. Part of me wonders if I'm supposed to have this Glen Elendra in my deck. It's like a flying threat. That's a little bit of a counterspell, but it's not that big of a threat, so I think I like what I have here. I'm going to run it back. Flight Forward, thanks for the 2-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I have to mulligan this. There's a good chance this dies or gets discard spelled, so just not good enough. Holy crap, we get to put Kiki-Jiki on the bottom of our library. In That one. Love it. That's fantastic. God bless us, everyone. Conks, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, I agree, Panza. At the end of the day, all the buzz around the mulligan rule has a bunch of people forgetting the fact that, like, mulliganing is still not good. You still don't go into a game going, gosh, I hope I mulligan to 5 because I get to London mulligan. You go, no, I hope I have a really good 7 and get to keep it. Well then, it's a lot of Death Shadows. We're probably dead here. I think I just, like, hope they can't pump these up next turn. Like, hope they have just, like, a grip full of Stubborn Denials or something. The average 6, but one on the bottom is better than the average 7. Less likely to have a dead chill or Narcomoeba. I'm gonna ask you to show your work on that one, Teach War. Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, this isn't the rest of the internet. So, like, if you want to make a statement like that can be mathematically proven, please don't just speak out of your posterior. So if you want to posit that claim and put it forth, please show your work. Otherwise, don't just post hearsay and speculation in my chat. I think we're dead. Feeling pretty dead. Scrubs, thanks for the 11 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. That's what was said on the Reddit. Yep. Yeah, we're just dead here. It's like discard spell into removal into a bunch of threats. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Yeah, CN's great, right? Yay! More Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions. Try. Oh no, are they Living End? They could be Living End, huh? Living End is also not good for us. I think the Death Shadow matchup's pretty close. The Living End matchup's probably a slaughter for us. Not a good scene. Could be Hallowed one too, I suppose. I think statistically, no play means living end, but we'll see. It could definitely be Shadow or Hallowed one still, but I think statistically they're living end. Yeah, they're playing living end. It's probably dead, because that's how Modern works. On the off chance they don't have one of their Cascade cards in their opener, like we kill them in 2 turns, but there's a good chance they combo us on turn 3 before we combo them on turn 4. So why Wall over Fetch Rallier? Why Rallier over Wall? Instead of me telling you why my play is good, why your play is bad, tell me why it's good. Snapbolt Snap, thanks for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Best draw is like Clique. Nah, even if I drew Clique here, I'd still be playing Vannifar. Their deck is just like 800 cantrips, so like discard effects like Clique just aren't good against them. Because they're just going to see so many cards. We just have to hope they don't have it. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good read, actually, from Snapbolt Snap. The Blackcleave Cliffs on 1 means they're not Death Shadow. Is better against removal? Is that a good reason? To a degree. Like, there's also the flip side of that, like, if they have a removal spell, why didn't they spend it on my Birds of Paradise? And if they have a removal spell, wouldn't I rather they spend that removal spell on my Wall of Roots than my Prime Speaker Vannifar? Is, like, the flip side. Yay! We did basically nothing and then died. Yay! Yay! So for people that aren't familiar with how my opponent's deck works, they were going to kill all of my creatures in play while simultaneously taking all of the creatures they have been cycling into their discard pile and putting those into play. So my board was going to be gone, and they were going to have a bunch of stuff in play. We did nothing, then died my F&Ms. This could be a quick league, you're not wrong. Well, no, I mean, like, and reasons like that are why they're worth having a discussion, right? Like, seeing different viewpoints, thinking about why they think the other line might be better, and then dissecting whether or not it actually is. Do we lose? Oh, no. Oh, geez. Thank you for that. I forgot to... I had the Tempo Storm thing hidden so I could show a Moto bug last week, and then I forgot to put it back up. Whoopsie. No, still no news on the Tempo Storm, Fred. Thank you for the poke. How have we done so far in this league? We've gotten Thoughtseize and Inquisition and died, and we've gotten Living End and then died. It's not been a good seed. It's not been a good seed. Need one more trim here. Resto's probably a little bit slow. Probably not going to do the fair beatdown plan too often in this matchup. Rallier was better against Living End, but if you're conceding to Living End either way, it doesn't really matter. Correct, Steric. Thoughts on Simic, Eldritch Evolution for this deck or Cobra? I don't think either of these decks have a problem that are solved by playing a worse Eldritch Evolution. A harder to cast Eldritch Evolution. Yeah, Lump. I'm definitely like, and that's part of why like I took Friday off and like I wasn't really that sad about like starting like today. I'm definitely spent on Standard and not taking any more Standard decks for this current format. I am ready for a change. And that's one of the reasons why I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. That's one of the reasons why I'm so looking forward to a new non-rotating format in the fall. Is because a new non-rotating format in the fall on Arena means that we'll be able to have a different constructed format that we can play on a video game while we wait for Standard to change. Do you think that the new Ral is going to be better in Team of Reclamation than Niv? I don't know what the new Ral does offhand, so I don't know. Probably not. Having a threat that you can that gets attacked probably isn't very good. Do you have a red green monsters deck that you like in Standard right now? Yeah, you can find it on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Click Standard decks at the top. We're gonna play green red Domery deck later today that someone had submitted that actually looks pretty good as well. So Eidolon here is going to make it so they can't Cascade combo kill us, but we don't really have any pressure going ourselves. So we're just gonna like kind of sit there and stare at each other until they find a beast within. Or Shriek Maw. Any build-arounds you've been sent in that I'm excited to build at this point? I don't actually remember what they all are offhand. There's like 3 or 4 in there. There's going to be a bunch of good. I'm excited to see, what's it called was spoiled over the weekend? The 6-mana Ugin that was spoiled over the weekend is potentially very interesting because it gives Grixis a way to kill enchantments, which is something that color combination has always lacked. Yeah, the new non-rotating format will happen when rotation happens this fall. I don't care. Gengar, that they're functionally the same. Like it's so weird to me that people like make out this big moral difference between looking at a card that's leaked or officially spoiled. Like, who cares? You know what the card text is. Like, how you came about that card text is like irrelevant to talking about the power level of it. Do I have extra beard today? I mean, I have extra beard every day because it continues to grow. Yeah, I agree that the new Ugin is likely not good enough for Tron. Seems worse than playing Karn and 8-mana Ugin. Some creators do, and I don't know, like, can anybody explain why? Like, I just don't understand. Just like from a functional standpoint, it's all the same. Correct. It sucks for the person who is going to get to spoil that card, but like not talking about the leak doesn't remove it from the internet. Like trying to not talk about the leak is like trying to take the piss out of a swimming pool. You're just not going to be able to do it. Like once the pool's been peed in, it's like there and it exists, and it's kind of crappy for people that wanted to go swimming, but like, you know, what are you gonna do about it? It is what it is. Great. I had a card that slowed them down. They had the card that stopped me slowing them down. I actually spent this weekend Chicago adjacent. My parents live in the south suburbs, and the kids hung out with them this weekend, and Christy and I had a weekend together. Sure. This is the part where they show me multiple Cascade cards that I concede. Yep. Good game opponent. Man. I was kind of excited to play this league this morning, and then Modern happened to me. I was like super high on this deck. I'm honestly kind of surprised it took me as long as it's taken me to get this disinterested in this deck. Like we were like 4 or 5 leagues in, and I was like, yeah, this deck's awesome. It's sweet. I'm totally into it. And like the last couple of leagues, it's just been like that enthusiasm has been like thoroughly moderned out of me. It's fine. Like it sucks that it has Kiki-Jiki in it, but like the other 6 cards are good. Has there been a 5-color Niv build around somebody yet? I have no idea, Gengar. You'd have to check the deck queue. I don't keep a running tab on them. There's also some submissions in my forum submission that I haven't checked because I wasn't checking over the weekend. You hit 2 bad matchups, sure, but like that's part of like what to me makes Modern such an uninteresting, boring format. Is that like there's matchups where it's just like, why did I bother showing up today? Why am I here playing Magic? Like why? Like we're not actually playing a game. We're just like comparing deck lists and going, okay, I'm dead now. I think I'm actually gonna click the Kiki-Jiki out of my own hand here. I see a sponsorship by Lucid Sound. Do I have the headphones myself? Yeah, I have their LS25 model. Oh, God bless your heart, opponent. You registered unplayable, Tron. Bless your little heart. Yay! Oh, it said my opponent was 1-3, right? Yeah, my opponent's 1-3. That explains a lot. It's always that moment, right? Like, where you, like, they play their Tron land, and you're like, oh, I'm sad you played a Tron land. And then, like, they, like, cast Chalice of the Void, and you're like, oh, you're playing unplayable mid-range Tron. I have a chance. God bless you. For people that aren't super familiar with Modern, these Urza's Tower, Power Plant, and Mine are 3 lands in a deck that we refer to as Tron, as a paying homage to the children's cartoon Voltron from back in the day. And there is a green-based Tron deck that plays, that explicitly does not play Chalice of the Void. That's the widely accepted good version of Tron. And when my opponent casts this card, it indicates that they are not playing that version, which means I'm much more likely to be able to beat them. Between Chalice and Bluetron, which is worse? I mean, to set a bar that's low, Eldrazi Tron is better than Bluetron. So I didn't draw a land to be able to cast the Prime Speaker Vannifar out of my hand. However, I can go ahead and Evolution the Clique into another one. So they don't have a Walking Ballista or a Warping Whale or some way to kill either of these things here. We do combo kill them next turn. And, like, this is the part that I just don't get about, like, why anybody would play Eldrazi Tron. Because, like, the only time I ever lose to Eldrazi Tron, it involves them just, like, casting a spell that, like, the good Tron deck plays. So it's like, I'm conceding to Karn Liberated. I'm not really conceding to, like, what the Eldrazi Tron deck is doing. Because, like, if they would have just, like, cast, like, Thought-Knot Seers and Reality Smashers, we would have just been like, yeah, sure, that's great. But, like, they cast a good spell, so I don't know why you would just, like, not just fill your deck with good spells. Anywho, what are we doing in this matchup? Do I even care about Chalice of the Void enough to, like, bring in these other Knights of Autumn? I think they usually play Grafdigger's Cage in their sideboard, so I'm going to bring in the Knights in the event that I'm expecting Grafdigger's Cage to come in against me. Morning, Captain Command. Nah, I think Teeg's too narrow here. Like, I know I just conceded to a Karn, but, like, their deck doesn't actually play that many Karns. They also don't play that many All Is Dust, so I think like one Glen Elendra is enough for, like, stopping some of that. Against, like, good Tron, I'd bring in Unified Will, but against the Eldrazi Tron deck, I just don't think they have enough things that I care about. Just do this. This doesn't seem unreasonable. What's going on, Burgle? The beard's getting a little unruly. I think it's gonna be time to hack it off here soon. Why does this deck play 2 goblins? Because sometimes you draw one and you can't cast it, and you want to pod for it. Also, if your opponent kills one of them, you want to be able to pod for a second one. So redundancy is the answer to your question. This hand doesn't really accomplish anything, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan again, I think. You said you're a little spent on RNA Standard. Does that mean double Modern Days? Nope. I'm going to do a couple of all Modern Days next week, but... Me spent on Standard, like Modern's been like a solid 5 for me recently, and like Standard's been like an 8. Like spent on Standard, so leave Standard like a 6. So like stale Standard, still better than Modern in a lot of ways, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm card for card the last 3 click lists we played, Burgle. I don't know, the more I play this, I think I'm finally off of what this deck is doing. It's been a lot of bad beats so far today. Yeah, I mean, here we are. Let's do it. I get to keep 4 of these cards. Put 3 cards at the bottom of my deck. This one's going back. I think I'd rather keep Glen Elendra. With that in mind, would you take, if you were to take a deck to a Modern event, what would be my pick? Hardened Scales or Green Black Elves? Roadkill, thanks for the tier 3 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hardened Scales, like, consistently outperforms everything else that I play. It's very good. Tom, welcome back for the 37th month. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I just don't have anything going on. I'm going to be done. We mulligan to 4 and just, like, don't really have anything to do. I'm going to be done with Modern for today. I think I'm finally disinterested in this deck. Probably going to demote it from high potential to the fan favorite section on the website. Just like has the ability to win games, but I don't know. It just feels like you get Modern too often. You don't do enough Modern and get Modern too often. So nah, that was like the second bad league in a row. So I think again, like, I was kind of like, I had to, like, play enough games. Like, we had a couple of good leagues to start, and, like, you need to, like, play enough games with something to really get a feel for whether or not a deck seems reasonable. And the more I play this, the more I kind of realize that, like, what this is doing and the consistency rate at which it is doing and the ultimate power level of what's going on here doesn't feel proportional to other good things in the format. So I think, for a short while there, this was definitely in the running for decks I would have considered playing if I was, like, going to a Modern tournament. Like, I think I might go to the Nerd Rage tournament next month in Iowa, and I was thinking about taking this, but after the last couple of leagues, I think I'm going to cut this one out of the running. So I think Hardened Scales or Green Black Elves would be the 2 that I would pick from. Stanami, thank you for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The beats may be bad, but at least the company is good. You're not wrong. Alright. So, sorry to disappoint people who desperately want Creature Toolbox decks to be good in Modern, but this is just not one of them. Did my Bogles deck get denied from the queue? Did I send you an email telling you it was denied? I didn't do anything regarding the deck queue over the weekend. I was out of town, and I got back into town 20 minutes before I went live this morning. So